Good afternoon. It's June, middle of June, and it's almost too hot to sit out here with a cup of coffee, but not quite. However, it is too hot to cut down the azaleas, so it's Friday afternoon. What are we going to do? I'm going to talk about why I think I'm lucky. Some people want to call it being blessed or whatever, but I call it charmed. I have a charmed life. I'll give you some examples of what I mean. Yesterday, I was headed to South Alabama for a carving class, which I know nothing about, and I woke up and my heat pump had died. So I posted on Facebook if anyone could recommend someone to repair my heat pump for me, and my friend Gary Eubanks recommended someone. The man came out actually before I even left for my class and fixed it while I was down in South Alabama taking my carving class. Now, my heat pump, I put it in 1995, and it's 2017, so I've gotten my money's worth out of this heat pump already, right? So I'm thinking it's going to be thousands of dollars to put in a new heat pump. And this guy happens to be a neighbor of mine, and he fixed it for $330. That's lucky, right? That's charmed. I saved thousands of dollars. Now, to pay for that, I had to take my vacation money that I had stashed away for something I'm going to do next month, run over to the credit union, and put that money in so that I could pay for this unexpected expense, but I had the money. So, lucky, charmed. Here's another example. When I got to the carving class, I know absolutely nothing about rifles, and a friend of mine, Emily, just said, come on down, take the class with me. And I found out that the instructor had loaners, so I get down there thinking, okay, I'm going to get this just old crappy rifle that's going to, not be really good because a loaner, what are you going to expect? I get down there, and when I get home, I look up what I was shooting, and it was a Daniel Defense M4 V7, which is like allegedly something super, super, super cool. I'm so stupid I didn't even know what it was. I'm so ignorant about rifles, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know that I was shooting with probably a top of the line AR. But that's lucky, right? I lucked out. Charmed. So now I'm kind of spoiled. Another example of how I'm lucky or charmed or spoiled is that I usually load my dishwasher and run it at night while I'm asleep, and then get up in the morning and just open the dishwasher door, and the dishes are still a little damp because I don't use the heat thing, and then I unload it. So I was gonna run the dishwasher, and I cut it on. I was still doing some things in the kitchen. I happened to look down, and there were sparks and a little bit of fire coming out of the bottom of the dishwasher, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I cut it off. Can't cut the power off to it through the breaker box because I have other things in the kitchen that go to that I need, but I didn't use the dishwasher. So I come to find out the pump had expired and all that kind of stuff. So I go to buy another dishwasher. Barely had enough money to get that. I wanted another KitchenAid because that dishwasher was put in 1995. I already had my money's worth out of that, so I don't have time to shop. I go, and Lowe's has a KitchenAid dishwasher on sale that has all these bells and whistles and stuff on it that I didn't really care for, but I get home and find out that dishwasher, it cleans my dishes like awesome. So I was lucky that I didn't run the old dishwasher, and go to sleep, because it probably would have caught my kitchen on fire. And I'm lucky that I did have the money in my account at that time. I was going to spend it on something else, and I was lucky that I had the money in my account to be able to pay for the new dishwasher. So lucky, charmed, spoiled, whatever you want to call it. And in my past, I've had two big things happen to me that I consider I was very lucky, very charmed. I had a really bad wreck in my Mitsubishi Eclipse, which I should have died, but I'm going to make a video about that later, so I won't tell you a lot of details about it, but I should have died. And I walked away with only a tiny little cut on my toe. But the whole car was totaled and all that mess, and so I could have been really, really badly hurt I could have died. I didn't. I'm just charmed. I keep saying that neither heaven nor hell wants me. They keep kicking me back down here, so I'm like a cat with 9 lives. And then the last example I'll give you was a long time ago, which is the reason why I'm making 1,000 videos for the last 1,000 days, is a type of breast cancer that was removed from me. The doctor told me it was the best kind to have. When she told me that, I didn't want to hear that because I didn't want to have any kind of cancer. But she kept saying, if you have to have breast cancer, this is the best kind to have because it has the longest life expectancy. At that time, in 2004, the life expectancy for people who were diagnosed with breast cancer was not all that great, unless you had a lot of chemo, a lot of radiation, a lot of surgery and things like that. And in my situation, I only had to do some tamoxifen and something else that starts with an A that I can't remember what it was. So I only did like 5 or 6 years of like the oral chemotherapy. Didn't have to have any extra surgery. So I was lucky. I was blessed. So I had to tell you, I am kind of spoiled to having bad things happen at me, is the way I look at it. Bad things happen at me, but there's always like a rescue. There's always like, oh, we're not going to let it be really, really, really super bad. There's going to be a way out. I guess some people call it looking at the bright side or finding the silver lining in the cloud or whatever you want to call it. And I don't believe that things happen for a reason, because why do children starve? Why do children get molested? There's not a good reason for that, unless you want to go off into some deep theology, which I'm not going to do in this video because it's already longer than what I wanted it to be. But I'm just charmed. I'm lucky. I'm blessed, and I know it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care of yourself. God, I love coffee. I'm also lucky that I never fell and broke my neck in these old shoes. I'm also lucky that I never threw them away, because being 5'2", sometimes when I have to change a light bulb or get something out of the top of a cabinet, these are a little bit handier than having to get out a step stool. So, in all things, I'm a blessed and lucky woman. Thank you for watching. Any likes, comments, subscriptions, and shares will be appreciated.